How's it going, guys? Welcome to VFG Movie Reviews, and this is my review for Logan. This is a part of the Attack of the Franchise series where we are covering all the Fox X-Men movie franchise leading up to my review of Deadpool and Wolverine. Guys, if you could give us a like, give us a subscribe, help us grow in 2024. And guys, keep up those comments. I love talking with you. And let's get into this review. Oh my God. First or second rated R movie in the Fox X-Men franchise. And this is the way they should have gone, baby. Should have been this way from the beginning, but we get what we get now. This is the last installment up until Deadpool and Wolverine. Of the Wolverine character. This is basically Hugh Jackman's swan song, man. This is him putting the Wolverine character to rest, and he goes out pretty damn good. So let's get to our cast. Hugh Jackman playing Logan, Patrick Stewart playing Charles Xavier, Daphne Keane playing Laura, Boyd Holbrook playing Pierce, Michael Merchant playing Caliban, Elizabeth Rodriguez playing Gabriella, Richard E. Grant playing Dr. Rice, Eric LaSalle playing Will Munson. Yeah, so we meet X-23, Laura, who is basically a clone, and she was helped escape from a facility in Mexico where they were experimenting on children to make basically super soldiers with former X-Men, with former mutant DNA, that all the mutants have been wiped out except for pretty much these kids, Charles Xavier and Hugh Jackman. Charles has Alzheimer's and is having psychic, where we discover that he killed all his X-Men. And Wolverine was the last one to live, and now Charles has to deal with that as Wolverine tries to protect him because he's on the road to death, and just Wolverine feels responsible. Boyd Holbrook, Pierce, he's awesome in this. I do dig him. He's really fun for a character. He is part of the Ravagers or the Scavengers or something like that. They're cybernetically enhanced humans, for they could go after mutants, and they pretty much get their asses handed to them, except for Pierce. Stephen Merchant playing Caliban. We saw another version of Caliban, which I still think is played by Stephen Merchant, in X-Men Apocalypse, which is a very different version of Caliban. Not a very different version, but like a more flushed out version of Caliban than what we get in here. So Wolverine, Gabriella gets murdered. Wolverine has to take over protecting Laura. They have to get her to Eden, where she's going to go off into Canada and she'll be saved by where all these other kids went and younger mutants, which it all plays into these comic books, which turn out that some of the comic books are true. And Wolverine ends up having to fight all of these soldiers, plus an adult version of another clone, Weapon 20, is it Weapon 23? Or Weapon X-26? Something like that. And this guy puts a hurt on Wolverine, and Wolverine can't regenerate as well as he does. Also, the mutant gene has been destroyed by these chemicals that have been put in food. So if you drank this stuff or anything like that, it pretty much killed you off. They don't flush that out, but that is a thing that is in it. But we also see, I don't know. I don't know, because there's a scene where X-23, Laura, where she's eating fast food or junk food and stuff like this. So I don't know. We get this fight with the Wolverine versus this other version of Wolverine, and it is epic. And Wolverine builds this love with, and this is the swan song, man. This is it. This is Wolverine dies, buried. She puts the cross on the thing, but at the she turns it over and it's an X for Wolverine. This movie was brilliant, man. Everything about this flick was just perfect. I have to say, if you're basing all these on all of these on a trilogy, saying X-Men Origins 1, 2, and 3, it's not a great trilogy. It's a very hit or miss trilogy. But if you're just basing this off this movie is fucking awesome. And it is talked about in future movies, especially in Deadpool, because Deadpool has a thing for Hugh Jackman Wolverine, and I love it. And like, this movie made me cry, man. How do you get a superhero movie that actually legitimately makes you cry and tells a great story? There's a black and white version of this movie, which I'd be alright to see that. And before Patrick Stewart dies, he has this great moment where he's like, this is the greatest night that I've had in a long ass time, where you meet Eric LaSalle's character and then he gets killed. And it's just so sad. It's just so sad. And I love it. I love it. This movie just hits on everything. Great action scenes. So violent. So gory. I love it. I do love it. Absolute. Where does this lie on my 5-star review scale? The story is a 5. The cinematography is a 5. The characters are a 5. The design in this movie is a 5, which brings our total to 5 stars, baby. God bless Hugh Jackman. I love you, man. And let's keep it going. Let's do it till you're 90, homie. You earned it. You earned it. You earned it. Let me know what you guys think of Logan in the comments down below. I'd sure love to have a conversation with you. Give us a like, give us a subscribe, help us grow in 2024. I'd sure appreciate it. And I will see you in my next review. Bye.